The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to share my screen right now before I forget again, because you know I be getting on these rants and these raves and I be forgetting stuff. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that right now. So, yeah, what is up, everybody? Good Wednesday morning to everybody here. Seiko, we are up, brother. We are up. Yes, that's right. Let's fucking go today, baby. It is Wednesday. It's CPI data day, guys. So we're gonna get the CPI data today. We're gonna see what this does to the market. Yes, good morning, MMAI family. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Seiko, glad you guys are here. You know, Dr. Rob, glad you're here too. You know, we're gonna get into some stuff today. We got some news, we got CPI data coming out, we got a lot of stuff going on today in these markets. What's good, XXI? How are you? Good morning, man. I hope you're good. Lena, good morning. How are you? I hope you're good too. Hope everybody is good. Hope everybody's trading safe today. Remember, CPI data comes out at 8:30, guys, 8:30. So, you know, we're going to see what that does to the markets. Ken, good morning. Good morning, good early afternoon to you. Hope you're good. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Don't want to miss nobody here. Clint, good morning. Good morning. Glad you're up and at us this morning with us, too. Hope your morning is well. Everybody saying good morning. I've been falling behind on this chat lately because I've been going on my rants, but so I'm doing my best to try to keep up with it today. Yo, everything's in red, guys, but you got to expect this today in this pre-markets. This CPI data is coming out today, so it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Big news today. It's going to drive the market. You guys see anything? You guys see anything? Okay. Can you guys see this? You know, I hope so. So what's up with maps? Curtis, we're gonna get to maps, man. We're gonna talk about maps. I'm gonna talk about maps one more time, and I'm gonna talk about this nonsense that's going on with maps like one more time, Curtis, in a minute. You know, and then I'm gonna let it go because you know, I was thinking about this. I had a space last night, Curtis. We talked about it. We talked about it early on in this stream yesterday. And then, of course, you know, I had a bunch of conversations after my space last night with a bunch of people and kind of went through it again. You know, so needs a phone. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Curtis, one more time, and then I'm not gonna address it again. Because you know there's a whole bunch of nonsense. Question: if I were to DCA into Pepe, we got some Pepe news for you today, Ken. Pepe got listed on another major exchange. I called this last week, and I think things are coming. I would if you're gonna get into Pepe, you know, there's a level to get in. I wouldn't get in above 2.0 right now. So Binance better to better just sell no gas. Yeah, everybody, with gas fees the way that they are right now, if you got a chance to buy and sell on a centralized exchange anything right now, it's probably better to do that because gas fees are just freaking crazy right now. So yeah, but the market's in red. Everybody's waiting on the CPI data to come out today. 8:30 it comes out. If you hear the TV on in the background, usually it's really quiet in here. It's because I'm kind of listening in the background to see if we get any preliminary news on the CPI data that's coming out so that I can give it to you guys while we're on stream. But the fear and greed index for Bitcoin right now is in neutral. It's about where it should be. There's really no pump in the market, guys. Same thing as yesterday. You're looking at about a $1,132,037 billion market cap overall for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin sitting here, same place it was yesterday, right? When we were on here yesterday, it was around 27.5. It's sitting about 27.6. Market basically traded sideways all night long, stayed there. Not a lot of price fluctuation. Polygon sitting at 87 cents, guys. Just as a FYI, it was there roughly about the same place yesterday as well. SHIB sitting in the eights. But all of this stuff is just waiting on the CPI data, right? That's this whole market. Morning. Okay, everybody saying morning, everybody. But yeah, everybody's just waiting on this data to come out at 8:30. This the crypto market's waiting for it. The stock market's waiting for it. Everybody's waiting for it. So you're not seeing a lot of movement. On the overnight, you've seen it in the red. You've seen the red. It's a little down. We'll drill down into the hourly here. Not much has changed from the overnight as well. I wanted I went over I wanted everyone about maps. All right, let's talk about maps. That's the elephant in the room. Here we go. So we talked about maps yesterday early on in the morning, and I told everybody, look at the chart. This thing's rugged. Before all of the news came out that this thing was rugged, I was on here at 7 o'clock in the morning, pulled the chart up. Big Watch Stu, good morning, and said to everybody, this thing's rugged, right? And whether you bought Solar Trade Maps at that point was the chart was right there, it was in front of your face, right? But here's the thing. A lot of people are talking now, right? A lot of people are coming out and saying stuff now. It's early to play Monday morning quarterback, right? And you're always right when you play Monday morning quarterback. And I had these discussions last night with a lot of people who pretty upset about maps, right? And here's the thing. I got paid in ETH to do 3 videos, and that's what I did. I marketed 3 videos. I told everybody that they were marketing videos. I told you guys I wasn't buying maps. I told you I wasn't buying at a pre-sale. Told you I wasn't buying at launch. AMA was done on Twitter with maps. Pre-sale was discussed in that AMA. Everybody knew that the private sale, my bad. The private sale was discussed. Everybody knew that the private sale was going to be 2x. Everybody was asking who was getting into maps. And nobody that I know said that they were getting in from that particular standpoint because of that, right? So here's what happened with maps, right? So what happened was some of the influencers that were in there early got airdrop tokens, right? So they got paid in tokens. We didn't. I can tell you right now, myself, um, Awesome, Wadi, Chaka, Crypto Lounge, Sean, nobody got paid in tokens, right? No, none of us got paid in tokens. XXI Monday morning quarterback is easy. We all can play Monday morning quarterback, right? I can wait for something to rug, and after rugs come out and say, hey, this thing rugged, right? And I told you guys, and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, but if I have information early on about a project on whether or not it's going to rug or not, I'm going to try to tell you guys that it's going to rug, right? So, Monday morning quarterback is easy. That's easy, right? So what happened was Sway was involved with the project after everybody said that he wasn't, right? And certain people knew that he was, and they didn't say anything. One person was going out to breakfast and lunch with the dude and talking about the project with him, right? We didn't know that. We had no idea, right? So, we were all told that he wasn't involved, that Sway had nothing to do with the project. In reality, behind the scenes, he owned the whole thing, right? Owned the deployer, owned the contract, owned everything, right? So, but certain people knew that, right? And they didn't say anything. Even though that these questions kept coming up about Sway, everybody sat silent. It's easy to be quiet when you have information and then come out later and say you have information, and so, it is what it is, and, make the lesson to this is, the lesson that everybody should take away from this, is one, pay attention to what's being said when people are promoting things. And two, if you have information and you're looking out for people, then you release the information, right? You don't hold on to it, and then come out and say later on, I was looking out for everybody, or I told a set amount of people, like, and all this stuff came together last night after the space when I was talking to other people, right? And we were kind of talking about this and how this whole thing went down. So, I don't know. Hold on, let me get to some of these comments, and then we'll go back into it. I didn't even invest into maps. Big Watch, that's smart, because we all told you guys we weren't investing. It's me it's me literally reading it in in Jamaican. Okay. Believes got paid in maps. Curtis, yeah, he got paid in map, and he was hanging out with Sway, and real recognizes real, right? And if you hang out with people that listen, Sway rug pulled BTFA. I don't care what anybody says. That's what happened, and everybody knew that he rug pulled BTFA, right? And then you turn around and you're going out to have lunch with a dude who just stole a whole bunch of money from people. Like, I don't know. You draw your own conclusion from that. I kept my mouth shut, laughing out loud. I did. Hey, some people are comfortable leading from behind, right? The world looks rosy, and I hire a lot of supervisors and a lot of leaders for my job. And the one thing that I look for is, can you lead from out front, right? Can you do things in a leadership role that are unpopular? Can you do things and say things that people may not like and people may not receive well, but you're right, so you stand up for what you believe in? That's a leader. The world looks great when you're looking at it from somebody's from behind. You get a whole nother perspective when you live the world out front. So yeah, man. Had to speak. Yeah. XXI, you did well last night. But understand that we're a marketing. I market things, right? That's what I do. Good morning, Selma. How are you? Glad you're here this morning. Um, what's good? What's good? But here's the thing: like, if you're always throwing stuff out Monday morning after things happen, yeah, you're always gonna be right. If you're playing Monday morning quarterback, everybody's got a better plan after something happens, or everybody should have done something before something happens. But what are you doing in the moment? You see something, something, say something, right? That's what I'm saying. If you know something, if you know behind the scenes information of what's going on, you know, keep it. If you want to keep it to yourself, keep it to yourself. But don't wait either. Don't like. I mean, I don't know. I had a conversation with a bunch of influencers yesterday, and it really starting to get underneath my skin too. Like, there's way too many Monday morning quarterbacks in this arena, and there's way too many people, you know, that want to say something or want to do something or all that stuff. And I'm not here to throw people under the bus. I'm just calling it like I see it, and people can get mad at me. I lost the sub yesterday. One, I expected to lose more, but you know what? I'm not gonna hold my opinion back because somebody doesn't want to hear it or somebody's butt hurt or something like that. It is what it is. Like, I gave everybody a chance to come up to the mic yesterday. You can come up to the mic. I listen to what you guys say. I respect you, but yet here's the thing. I'm the type of person that I respect the snake to be a snake. I expect the Monday morning quarterback to be a Monday morning quarterback, and I expect the leader to be a leader. So my expectations of who you are, is dictated by who you are. I don't expect any more out of you than what you can give. Wait a minute. What do you mean? What do you mean he was having out with the dude? Yo, man, he lives down the street from him. They had lunch, they had dinner, they was in contact with each other. Yeah. So, they buddies. Believes is always right when it comes to rugs. Selmo, I don't know, you call it. Look at the track record. Lily, Phantom, there's a couple influencers that were in Phantom that I believe that knew what was going on behind the scenes when they were pumping that. And it's not gonna it wouldn't surprise me if Phantom, BTFA, and Maps are all connected. No worries, Big Watch. Like the quants. Yeah, so but here's the thing, like you can't. People want to blame us, right? Like, it's not us. We didn't know that information. We were told that Sway wasn't involved in the project. That's what we were told. And when the questions were asked, that's what we were told. And the questions were asked repeatedly. And people were sitting on the sidelines and didn't say anything. Waddy, good morning. How are you, man? Good morning. Glad you're in the stream. So, I don't know. You draw your own conclusions to that shit. I know the chat's going crazy. In the Phantom chat, I know they're going crazy over there in the Telegram. They should be. They got had. And it is what it is. Like, I real recognizes real, fake recognizes fake, and it is what it is. And like I said, I don't hide from anybody. Like, I don't only go to safe places to talk about crypto. I'll go on anybody's channel. I'll go on anybody's space. I'll let my opinion be known. I'm not running from anybody. I'm not hiding from anybody. You know, I'm not only going to safe places where people are going to agree with what I'm saying or not agree with what I'm saying to go ahead and talk about my opinion. I'm not, listen, you guys see my Twitter. I'm not out there tweeting every day. I'm not out there doing all that. Look, I would rather have a conversation with you than sit behind my keyboard and type something, right? So, you know, that's just the type of dude I am. And I gave everybody a chance to come up and say what they needed to say last night. And, you know, if you didn't come up and say what you needed to say, then, you know, in my view, then you don't have an opinion. You know, it's just that simple. Um, you know, so you know, it is what it is. If he was having lunch with the dude behind behind the rugged, um, how does how do you explain that? Yeah, well, I don't. He needs to explain that. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to explain that. I don't need to explain that. Like, you know, and then for you to come out and try to throw everybody else under the bus, talking about we were taking airdrops and token allocations, you know, that just tells me that you got token allocations. And here's the thing: there was a private sale that went on, and these guys were actually getting extra tokens if they brought people into the private sale, you know, and you know, you know, it is what it is. You know, that's what happened. And these people that got private sale, they launched at 2x, you know. But like my thing was, I pointed out to that if you looked at the website, and I pointed this out to everybody, it looked like a copy and paste of the BTFA staking platform, and it looked like a copy and paste of the BTFA DAO, right? And you know, so I gave you guys all the information you that I knew, you know. Um, but here's the other thing too, like everybody talking about these military dudes and how upstanding they are, and how you always have to trust them because they're in the military and you should always trust them, blah blah blah. Yeah, well, guess what? The lead dev was supposed to be some high ranking military dude, and guess what? He rugged you. You know, they all rugged you. You know, Wadi, what's up? What's up, bro? Heard you heard you heard you in spaces last night. Yeah, Wadi was in there. Wadi was in there representing. Like I said, we ain't hiding from nobody. You know, and you know, for them guys to come at Awesome the way that they're coming at Awesome, to me, it is bullshit. And I'm gonna put it out there the way that it is. There's a lot of other people that you could come after that knew information outside of Awesome. I'm telling you right now. Just sit back and think about this for a minute. If I told you that I knew that somebody was behind the scenes of a project that rugged another project, and I knew that going into it, and I didn't say anything, then are you mad at me? You should be. You should be mad at me. They just burned off the chart and trying to say they don't trust influencers. You know what? Here's the thing: we were paid to do a job. We did a job, and people knew information. They sat on the sidelines. You know, that's what happened. I don't know why they they blamed for the rug. You know what? XXI, they blame us for the rug because people put their money in projects and they don't listen to what's being said. And you know, at the end of the day, somebody's got to blame somebody. You know, they rugged you. People knew who was involved in the project. They didn't say anything. The questions were being asked about who was involved in the project. They kept that information to themselves. They didn't release that information, but now everybody's out here playing Monday morning quarterback and trying to save their ass, right? And at the end of the day, look, I'm not trying to save my ass. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, at the bottom line, I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I was told. I'll tell you what I know. I'll tell you what happened. And you know, it is what it is. Fair or not, fair or not. The next time a YouTuber makes a damn, that chart just jumped on me. I gotta get back to where I was. The next time a YouTuber makes markets a new project, I'm going to assume it's a rug. You know what? You should always assume every project's a rug until you do your own research on it. Here's the thing. Like, when we said that the private sellers were opening up 2x, we put that out there a number of times on Spaces, and nobody asked the question. Nobody went back to the devs and asked that question. Nobody said, why are the private sellers opening 2x? We kept putting that out there for the community to ask the question. Nobody said that. And when we said that the devs were involved with BTFA and Shinja, and that this project looks similar, nobody asked that question. Nobody. Everybody sat on the sidelines, and we kept putting it out there. I remember 3 spaces that I was in that I personally opened myself, me or Wadi, opened ourselves and put that information out there, and nobody went back to the devs and asked that question. Even Dr. Rob was like, look, I'm not getting in. Austin told you I'm not getting in. I told you I'm not getting in. We all told you that, and we gave you guys all the information. Sorry, I had to leave this room for a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ken, but I hope you heard what you needed to hear. But we all said it. We all were saying it, and nobody asked that question. Nobody went back to the devs and asked that question. 13 of us in here. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Come on. Timsky, good morning, brother. How are you, man? All they had to hear was private buy. Private buyers. And whenever you have a project with private buyers, then it's you guys should be asking questions. There should be questions asked. Queen, good morning. Good morning. XXI. Big watch facts. You guys got to do your own research. Like, when we give you the research, use it. Ask questions. Ask the questions. But I can tell you right now that people asked the question about was Sway involved with this project, and they all said no. And people were holding on to information that he was, and they didn't release that. And I don't know, you make your own assumptions off of that. Timsky, yeah, I pointed that out in the video. The artwork was the same. Like, the staking platform was the same as BTFA's. The DAO was the same as BTFA's. All of that. But people literally were asking questions. Was Sway involved? And the devs came out and said no. And there was people who knew different. There was literally people who knew different. And I don't care. People will probably unsub for me because this is my opinion. But this is my opinion. It is what it is. And I'm going to tell you what my opinion is. And I didn't take a monthly deal with them. I took a 3-video deal. At the end of the day, it's important to ask questions. Queen, you're right. It's important to ask the questions. And when there's red flags and people are pointing red flags out to you, and the whole key is you can't play Monday morning quarterback. You got to point the red flags out, right? When people are pointing red flags out to you, in the end, it's up to you to ask the questions. I was on the AMA. I listened to the AMA. I was there. The questions were asked. Some of the questions were asked. They straight up lied, and then came out and people knew information. Facts. Question and stay away from it. Wouldn't even bring light. Yeah. Hey, question it. Bring light to what's going on. Question it. You got to question it. At the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be another project launched by the same freaking people. It's going to look the same. It's going to have the same DAO. It's going to have the same staking platform. It'll probably reskin the metaverse. And people will buy into it. Maps, the green candle on the day of launch flipped to the other side. Yo, that thing 1000x the other way or 100x the other way at launch. And you can't tell me, and I'm going to tell you this, and this is my other opinion, and you guys can take it for what it's worth. You can't tell me that Sway was the only one dumping that chart. I believe that to be bullshit. There was private sellers in there who cashed out. They cashed out. They cashed up. They gotta stop. They gotta stop playing with people's money. Queen, you know what though? Like, here's the thing. Ask yourself, who knew that they were playing with your money? You know what I mean? Who knew that they were playing with your money and didn't say nothing? Like I can tell you, I know for a fact that we were told that Sway was nowhere involved in this project. He didn't have a dime invested in it. He didn't, he was gone. Like, he had nothing. I even asked the question. I said, how is it, and I asked this in an open space, how is it that somebody that works for the military, and I know what they get paid, is able to invest this much money? Because I know what it takes to build a metaverse as well. How is it that they have that much money to build out a metaverse? That's a lot of capital. And I know that somebody that's even retiring from the military does not have that much capital unless they're doing something else. I didn't even invest on Maps. My only concern now is it's gonna hurt the MMAI project. You know what, Curtis? It's gonna hurt the MMAI project. And no, I'm not even gonna say it's gonna hurt the MMA. I think it's gonna help it because people took their money out of MMAI to go invest in Maps because they thought that Maps was going to be the next big thing and that they were going to beat MMAI to the punch for the metaverse and they were going to do all this stuff. And they took their money out and they went and bought the pre-sale. And tracked the wallets. They're there. They went and bought the pre-sale and they did all that, which is their business. It's their money. They can do whatever they want. But how'd that work out for you? Hey, DG, you guys have to realize that not everyone knows your not everyone knows your reasonings behind why you aren't buying the project. You're right, Big Watts. Not everybody knows our reasonings behind why we're not buying the project. But when I keep throwing red flags out there at you, like private sale and stuff like that, like I tell you guys all the time on this channel exactly what I'm buying, exactly what I'm selling, what my buy levels are, what my sell levels are. If I'm telling you that I'm not buying something, ask me why I'm not buying it. I'll tell you why I'm not buying it. I was told Marlux owns it. Yeah, that's what I was told too. Marlux owned the project. Sway had nothing to do with it. I feel you, Curtis. MMAI should be good, but MMAI is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna get through this because here at the end of the day, here's what just happened. Everybody went and chased something and they got wrecked. And that should tell you what you have in MMAI and why that's a safe investment for you and why you don't need to be pulling your money out of there to go chase the next big metaverse project. We tried to tell everybody, not Sway, but I just found out Sway was talking to them what to do. Sway was behind the scenes telling Sway was running that project. He was telling them what to do. He was telling them how to run that project. And he was the one who had access to the deployer wallet, right? He was running the money. So when he took the 6% liquidity from the deployer wallet and sold it off on the chart, that was Sway that took that 6% and sold it off on the chart. He has the keys to that project. They cannot rebuild that project. So when they talk to you about, well, we're going to rebuild the project, that's bullshit because Sway's got keys to the contract. They can't do nothing. They can't even launch a V2. So because he has the keys to that project. And everybody who's buying in right now, he's got his finger on the button just waiting to suck that liquidity out of you if you're buying in. If there's one buy on that chart, then he's just sucking that liquidity out the whole time. In the end, degens are 5-year-olds. Yeah, Timsky, everybody's looking to push blame on somebody else, right? Nobody wants to take blame themselves, right? But yet when something happens, everybody's quick to come out and say, well, yeah, I knew this or I knew that, or, oh, I had lunch with this dude, or, we knew this. Where were you at when everybody was asking the question? People gotta vet these kind of situations. People should be vetting every single one of their investments. We tell you guys, vet your investments, ask the questions, do what you guys need to do. Don't just sit here and, because here's the thing, what's a good investment for me might not be a good investment for you. So you gotta look into that, thanks, Big Watch, for saying I didn't reply. Queen, it's just bad. It is bad, Queen. It's bad. It's bad for the space. You know what? But here's the thing with this, Queen. These things expose a lot of things, right? And they expose a lot of people. And to me, I sit back and listen to what people say throughout this process because, as somebody, like I'm saying, like I have a good job and I hire a lot of good people and I hire the leaders for our company. And it's easy for me to evaluate you as a person when everything is going good, right? So I don't do that, but I will evaluate you when all hell hits the fan in what you say, what you do, and how you react, and then I'll treat you accordingly. Like I said, I expect the snake to be a snake. I expect the Monday morning quarterback to be a Monday morning quarterback. I expect people that withhold information to continue to withhold information. And my expectations of you are exactly what you have shown to be. So, and it is what it is. Like, the best way to not get your feelings hurt is only to expect out of people who they are. And snakes will hang out with snakes. Monday morning quarterbacks will hang out with Monday morning quarterbacks, and rug pullers will hang out with rug pullers. It's just that simple. And the real people will hang out with the real people. It's just bad. It's just bad as a whole. Yeah, I read that. I invest my I in my family, and I invest in my family and save myself. You know, invest in your family, spend your time, do that. And, you know, investments are investments, and you win some, you lose some. And at the end of the day, you know, I'm not hitting the buy button for you either. Hey DG, I know you I know you cannot I know you cannot speak for all YouTubers, but I wonder how much how much research research listen, Big Watch, I can speak for myself, right? Um I can speak for myself. I do research on projects before I put them out there. I research. I talk to the devs. I talk to the devs. I ask questions. I ask questions about token allocations. I ask questions about, where the token allocations are. I ask questions about what the future of the project is. I ask questions about what the future funding looks like. Um, I ask questions about all that. So, this is how I knew about the private sale. This is how these things came about. I ask questions about, if I know something, then I'll ask, the questions of the devs to clear it up. I asked about Sway. They told me Sway wasn't involved at all. I told them, and as I got further and further into the project, I questioned that more and more. I asked questions. They reassured us that this wasn't going on. And like I said, I had a 3 video deal, so mine was done in like a week and a half. I was out of the project in like a week and a half. So at that point, I quit asking questions. 100%, 100% service can service service corrected on compensation for for a veteran is yeah, 100%. It's about 35,000 a month, right? So how are you spending hundreds of thousands of dollars building out a metaverse, right? That's a question I had, later on, after we got further along in the process, right? um how about real names, real names only from projects? Timsky, we talked about this last night on the space, right? Docs devs versus on docs devs. Here's the thing. You have the biggest meme coin out there right now is Doge as far as market cap. Their devs, they're who that dev is, right? The second biggest meme coin out there is SHIB. You have no idea who that dev is. And then you have all these rug pulls, and they're rug pulling you whether they're doxed or not doxed. A buck is a buck. It's not worth your name. You know what, XXI, I agree with that and I don't agree with that at the same time. Like we're here, we market things, and we're here to make money just like you're here to make money. And at the end of the day, we're not always going to get it right. We're going to do as much research as we can. We're not going to always get it right. But at the end of the day, the people that are really responsible for this are the people who knew what was going on and didn't say nothing. Because everybody's coming out saying what they knew, and like where were you at? Where were you at? It's easy to watch the world from somebody's ass. It's easy. It's a whole lot harder to watch the world from out front. These rugs, these rugs actually, strengthen projects like MMA. I think they do too. People move to solid investments when they get rugged. Big watch. Big watch. Some YouTubers just it depends. It depends on a YouTuber. Like I can tell you there's certain YouTubers out there that do zero research. Right? There's certain YouTubers out there that do zero research on the projects they promote. And there's certain YouTubers out there that go deep into detail of projects that they promote. And there's certain YouTubers that fall in the middle of what they promote, right? They do a little bit of a research, but not that big, huge deep dive. So, it varies. So, and we talk to each other. We talk to each other. They're GI Joes. They're GI Joes with the with the Kong the Kong. Oh, Big Wise, that's funny, man. Yeah, laughing out loud. Murloc Snack is his real name. That's not his real name. I will get paid. I'll get paid, and I let anyone talk on my spaces. I'll ask them the questions, and that's the thing. Like we can ask the questions, we can point that out, and it is what it is, and and it's up to people to take the questions and take them. I mean, I was on a space where one of the Haitian people asked Dr. Rob if he was buying into the project. He had answered him in Haitian and told him not to buy in. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, facts at Wadi, and that shit ain't worth it, man. Like how listen, any project can rug at any time. Any project can rug at any time. It's just that simple. And I don't know. Let's talk about some of the rugs. BTFA was a rug. Is everybody that's involved with BTFA guilty of BTFA rugging? Shit, Clear Cryptos is airdropping all their influencers and they're dumping on you guys. Are they guilty? Fucking Terrarium was a rug. Is everybody who promoted Terrarium guilty of that too? Did they not do their own research? Are they guilty of that? Like Saitama is slow rugging people. Is everybody who promoted Saitama guilty of that too? I mean, come on, man. Before we start throwing darts at a dartboard, let's know what we're throwing darts at. Hell yeah, DG. You can tell a lot about You can tell a lot about a man's character. Big Watch, you can tell a lot about a man's character when the pressure's on him, right? When the pressure's on, you can tell a lot about somebody. Shinja's a rug too. Like, is everybody who promoted Shinja, are they guilty of promoting Shinja, or did Shinja just rug, right? You know, red flags. Red flags are red flags are red flags. In my eyes, red flags are red flags in everybody's eyes. You know, facts, big one. So, you know, Rodney, Rodney and Rodney and Scott Herman, Rodney and Scott Herman was having issues was having issues about WAGMI on his stream yesterday. Yeah, I mean, these things come up, man, and it's business. This is business, big boy business. This big boy business right here. You know, Dr. Rob, thanks. Thanks why I call you the Twitter space change gains. Yeah, Rob puts it down on Twitter, man. Laughing out loud. Some more facts was there. I don't know. You guys tell me, if somebody has inside information about something and they don't tell the community, are they just as guilty as the devs who rugged? I don't know. Tell me. I have my own opinion on that. You tell me. Yeah, Big Watch. Big Watch. You ask the questions. You ask the questions and let people decide. That's what you got to do. This is big boy stuff, right? I move different. I move different because I also come from Waddy, like, I mean, you try not to promote rugs. I try not to promote rugs, but guess what? We both promoted a rug. And it is what it is. It ain't my fault. It ain't your fault. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. And there was people who knew about the rug that didn't say anything about the rug. Am I more guilty than them? I mean, I can go on Twitter right now and say, "Yay, Maps rugged. I tried to tell you guys this. I tried to tell you guys that." What good is that? What good is that? What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do for people? At that point, am I right? Yeah, I'm right. But what does that mean? What is that? What they don't get is they pulled both things themselves. Yeah, they did, Queen. They pulled it themselves. But if I sat here and said to you guys, I knew I had insider information, and I knew that this was a rug, and this was a duplication of everything that I knew it was going to be, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to the community. Am I cool? Am I cool? Am I cool? But something, I mean, come on. I mean, if we're gonna get to real, right? If we're gonna be real about the situation, and we're gonna talk like men about the situation, and we're gonna talk facts about the situation, let's talk facts about the situation. Let's be men about the situation, and let's talk about what happened. And let's talk about who knew what. Let's talk about who was having lunch with who. Let's talk about who was having what. Let's, and if you notice, only certain people go to certain places because it's safe. to talk about crypto, but they don't want to come to places where it may be a little hostile, but yet they want to tell you how tough they are. You know, and everybody's looking for facts from somebody in things like that, that at the end of the day, facts are facts. And when you come out openly and you say I'm having lunch with these people, or you come out openly and say I knew these things, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to FUD or do this or mess up anybody's bag, you know, who's more guilty? Is it me or is it them? I mean, let's talk about facts. Let's put our big boy pants on. Let's get on this thing and let's talk about facts. You know, I mean, I got YouTubers, I got influencers blowing me up all night long about this situation. And you know what? You guys don't even know how this affects people behind the scenes that put their heart and soul into these things. You guys have no idea. And then when you find out that people knew information and they were supposed to be your boys, and they didn't tell you about the information that they knew, but they were supposed to be your boys, or they were supposed to be riding with you, and then you realize that they had information, are they really riding with you? Good morning, Keltra. I'm on a rant this morning. I mean, let's talk about real. Let's talk about real. Before we go handing out flowers to people, let's get real about the situation. Are they your boys? Are they really looking out for you? They really got your best interest in mind? Come on, let's get real. Let's talk about it. If we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about facts, let's talk about facts. You know, I had one YouTuber call me 3 times last night, crushed about this situation, didn't know what to do about this situation. So, in me, I'm telling them, yo, this ain't your problem. Let's put the problem where the problem lies. I'm going to skip all the way down because I'm way behind on this chat. So if you commented earlier, I missed it. I'm way behind. I'm going to catch myself up. You know, Timsky, let's talk about facts. Yeah, let's talk about facts. Let's talk about you and yeah, let's talk about you and me. Then you just put it said. I mean, you know, Tipsky, I mean, we got to talk about, if we're going to be real, we're going to be real. You know, we can dance around all this, right? We can dance around it all. We can talk about it. We can dance around it. We can throw flowers out there. We can say people knew this, or they called this, or they called that, or, you know, I'm Monday morning tweeting quarterback in. You know, now all of a sudden we're all taking airdrops. Now all of a sudden we're all doing this. And now all of a sudden, you know, there's so much nonsense that's going on in this space right now. There's so many people that are full of shit in this space right now. There's so many people that just don't, you know, they ain't real. There's so many people that ain't real, man. If you're going to be real, be real. You know, don't go, or, you know, there's so many people. I see it in MMAI, and I'm just going to talk in general right now. I see it in MMAI. There's so many people that want to throw side shade at people. They don't want to come out and say what the issues are, what concerns they have with the project, or they don't want to come out and talk about it man to man about why they're throwing shade, but at the same time sit up in the room all the time, or want to want to you know, sit there and have side conversations with people about what they don't like, but don't ever want to come to the mic and address it in a way that makes sense. Man, I see that all the time in MMA. Man, and I laugh about it because the same people that are throwing you flowers are the same one, are some of them that are throwing you flowers are the same one that's dogging you behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, if we're going to talk about real, let's talk about real. You know, I mean, that's real. I mean, people act like we don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. You know, yeah, you opened up Pandora's box. They opened up Pandora's box. You know who that is? XXI. Hey, I don't need to name names. They know who they are. They know who they are because I don't make it a secret. They know who they are. If I move with you different today than I moved with you different a month ago, it's because of what you did or something that you did, something that you said that made me move with you different. So if I'm not moving with you different, then we're good. But if I'm moving with you different, then there's a reason why I'm moving with you different. So I'm telling you guys, like, this is the last time I'm going to address this map situation. And this is the last time I'm going to address the stuff that's coming out of people's mouth. This is it for me. This is my last rant about this. I'm not going to do this again because, if you guys can't see the writing on the wall of what's really going on in these last 24 hours, then you're never going to see it. Yep. The beans have been, hey, Timsky, you know me. I'm gonna speak my mind 100%. And if that hurts your feelings, then that hurts your feelings. But guess what? If the shoe fits, put that motherfucker on. Been lit. Keep eyes out. Keep eyes out. That's wild. That's wild, man. Yeah. If I don't move with you different, then you're good. Then you're good with me. If I move with you different, then there's a reason why I'm moving with you different. So I don't know. You do what you want, but I'm telling you, if XXI, I mess with you. Yeah, I mess with you more now than I did a couple months ago. So you good in my eyes. But I'm telling you, if I move with you different and you know who you are, then hey, that's because I move with you different. And it is what it is. And if you don't like it, then oh well, too bad. But if the shoe fits, put the motherfucker on, wear it, and lace it up. Because you did what you did, you said what you said, and you're out here throwing side shade at people. Don't throw side shade at me. I don't got time for that. If you got a problem with me, you come out and say you got a problem with me, state what it is, and we'll talk it out like men. I don't got time for all that side shade. You got time for that. That's a little kid's game, and we ain't playing that game. And if people don't like it, then too bad. Yeah, man. We always been solid. Yeah, XXI, we always been solid. We're good. Can we go? I'm good with you too. If you introduce two people and in late we they have Ken that jumped on me. I didn't get a chance to read it all, Ken, but what I did read was funny as hell. So let's go ahead. Let's get off of this. And I'm not going to address this again. And it is what it is. And yes, Queen Mung, what do you got on Mung? I want to read your comment on Mung because I'm big on Mung. Mung has no friends. No friends. Remember that. Yeah, no, money has no friends. Money will expose who you are. Money will expose you. Queen, yeah, money has no friends. No, it doesn't. And money will also expose you for who you are. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna skip the chat for a minute because I want to get to we went over the markets. The markets are sideways until 8:30. Let's get into some Gemini news and my boy Pepe. I called this last week. And I said Gemini is going to list Pepe, and that's going to be the next listing. And here it is, guys. Gemini is listed Pepe, and I'll tell you guys, because I am in New York State, I have Gemini and Coinbase that I can exchange on, and that's it. I can tell you that Pepe is live trading on Gemini right now. You can buy, sell, and hold on Gemini at this moment in time. Why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because Gemini is a United States exchange. It's not an overseas exchange. It's a United States exchange. I did call Gemini. It's a United States exchange. It's owned by the Winklevoss twins. They do not list a lot of meme tokens, if any at all. And here it is. And Gemini is a tier 1 exchange. It is like the 16th top exchange by market volume. But what I can tell you is that this exchange is used by big money. This exchange is used by people who have a lot of capital, a lot of cash flow, which is why you don't see a lot of the meme tokens listed on it, which is why you don't see a lot of this other stuff listed on it, because this is a big money exchange, guys. This is a huge deal. And the fact that it's a United States-based exchange is even bigger. I mean, Binance didn't list Pepe on Binance US. Let's get that straight, right? So I think that this is all setting up for a Coinbase listing. This thing, if Gemini's listing this, then we know that Coinbase isn't too far behind, guys, because Gemini and Coinbase are probably two of the hardest exchanges to get on, and as far as the United States exchanges, and this is going to be huge. And I'm telling you, it's live right now. I open my app up. I can exchange Pepe on Gemini right now. I will tell you guys, I'm not going to buy Pepe on Gemini at this moment, because the price is high. So when things get listed on exchanges like this, usually for like the first 24 hours, you have to let that price action settle down. Let's let that price action settle down a little bit. This thing is on Gemini. I think Coinbase is next, guys. I think that's the next exchange to come out and list. I think Gemini was just a little bit ahead. I think Coinbase is next. I think you're going to see that pump. Right now, guys, I'm holding on to Pepe. I will tell you guys my plan, as I always do. If it gets up to the 2.4 level, I'm going to sell because I see a dip. Depending on what the chart does, right? Let's clarify that. If there's a major pump going on, I'll hold. But I think that 2.4 level is probably 2.3, 2.4 is probably where it's going to level off, and come back down. I don't think this Gemini listing is going to pump it to the moon, but I think that this Gemini listing is going to bring a lot of people into Pepe that weren't in Pepe. I can tell you 99% of the people that trade on Gemini do not trade in DeFi. These are high value investors. These are high value traders. They do not invest on DeFi. So I think this will bring some pump there. But what I do think is that this is setting the tone for that Coinbase listing. I think that Coinbase listing is going to take this to the moon. So why did we see Pepe up yesterday, right? And this is something that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to start running through things really fast because I got to go to work. I got to get out of here. I know we went on a rant this morning, so now I'm running over. But because when you get to these tier one exchanges, they're buying their own liquidity, guys. So Gemini was literally buying the chart yesterday. That's what was going on. They were buying their own liquidity. And when Coinbase comes on, everybody talks about the Coinbase effect. The Coinbase effect is nothing more than Coinbase going in here and buying their own liquidity on the open market. When you get to these tier one exchanges, they own their own liquidity, and that means that they're buying it on the open market, guys. So that's why you see little pumps in the chart when tier ones get listed. It's because they're on there buying the chart, right? That's what they're doing. So Binance bought the chart. They own their own liquidity. So, that's why we see the Gemini effect, the Coinbase effect, the Binance effect. It's because they're on there dropping 30, 40 ETH at a time, to buy their liquidity. That's why you see the charts pumping. So, but this is a big listing, guys. This is a big deal. Because now this is officially a United States exchange that lists Pepe, which opens the door for Coinbase, which allows them to move forward and go ahead and list it. And Coinbase will have a huge impact on Pepe's overall trading value. So, this came out last night. So I know some people have made videos about it already. I'll probably put one out today. But this came out last night. So this is relatively new. But we called this. Oh, Elmo, good morning, man. You missed the whole show, man. You missed it. Dr. Rob was going in on people. But yeah, you should have heard him. He was just in here ranting, Elmo. So yeah, so we got this listing, guys. Gemini, Coinbase is gonna follow. So this is good. This is good, guys. This positive move for Pepe. And this is why I think Pepe is here for the long haul. This is why I think Pepe is here for the long haul. This is why I think Rant of the year. Oh man. I'm sorry this morning, guys. I really am. But you know what? You can only take so much. What Daniel? What Daniel? That was you. Nah, leader, that wasn't me. That was Rob, man. As a recorded that I recorded Rob. Yeah, I was just playing it in the background. I was recording Dr. Crypto, man. So nah, but this is a big deal, guys. Pay attention to this. This is setting up for that big listing that we're all waiting for. But understand if you're in the United States, right, and you don't have access to any other centralized exchange, you can now buy Pepe on Gemini. And I believe that Gemini is approved in every single state in the United States. So go ahead, go check this out. But even if you don't want to trade on an exchange, understand that this is going to be a big deal. And people are just waking up to this morning, guys. This came out late last night. People are just waking up to this morning. So they're just learning about this as they're waking up. So, I don't even think that we've seen the effect of Gemini yet. Do I think that Gemini is going to make the chart pump off the charts? Absolutely not. Do I think it's a big deal? Yeah, I do. I think this is setting up for Coinbase. So, don't underestimate this move. I called this last week, and I had a feeling that it was going to happen. So, motherfucking oh, Timsky, I know, man. I'm sorry, man. But, I had to, man. Elmo. Big watch, Dr. Rob. Dr. Rob, where you where your warriors? Damn, Dr. Rob got all the warriors. I ain't got no warriors. I'm out here by myself, I guess. Hello, Lena. All right, Elmo, hello. So that's that this morning, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go for the morning. I'm gonna start work. I'm gonna start grinding. I'm gonna start getting after it. I have some we better we better win. We better win tonight. Yeah. They better win tonight. But I'm gonna get after it. I gotta get some stuff done. I gotta take care of some business. So Rob, I'll hit you up in a minute. But Elmo, have a great day. Everybody have a great day. Thank you guys for tuning in to my rant this morning. Thank you guys for tuning in to my rant and how I really feel about this space and how I really feel about everything that's going on in this space. I called Gemini. I called Robinhood for Pepe soon, and I'm going to call Coinbase. I said it all last week that Robinhood would list Pepe. I still believe that. I still believe that Coinbase is going to list it as well. So we'll see how all that plays out. And I'll be here to tell you guys Robinhood and Coinbase listed it. So with that, hey, Selmo, man, I appreciate you, Selmo Fudd. I appreciate you 100%, man. And always keep it real. Always keep it 100, Selmo. And that's the one thing I love about you. XXI, Big Watch, Big Rob, Lena, Timsky, I appreciate the hell out of you. Chen, appreciate you too. Always keep it 100. Always keep it together, guys. And listen, man, real recognizes real. That's all I can say. So with that, I'm out. You guys have a great day.